So, I'll try to give you some tips on how you can network effectively. Remember the fundamentals. Be genuine, be curious, be generous. Be yourself. You're not pretending to be anybody else. It's not going to help you. You don't need to show yourself bigger or more important than you already are. Just be genuinely interested with other people. Second thing, be prepared. Before attending any event, just do your simple research. Who's going to be there? What are their backgrounds? What are the people that is part of that event? And what do they care about? There's usually tons of tools, online tools about the conference. Some do have mobile apps that shows you the people. Just take a look. Spend 2 hours before the event to take notes, to write down people. If you're interested in some of them, mention them on platforms like Twitter or Instagram, whichever one you're using, and write them a message on LinkedIn. Just tell them, hey, I'm really curious to meet you. I'm doing this and this and this, and I really would like to know what you're up to. Let me know if we can meet for coffee or tea or whatever. Second, just shut the heck up. You're not there to pitch. You're there to listen to what people are trying to get done. Don't go to pitch mode. This doesn't become a really effective way of doing networking. A lot of people will hate you doing that. Just don't start pitching your business. 2 ears, one mouth, use it in their proportion. Ask the people you meet about their work. Ask the people about their challenges. Ask the people about their goals. Listen actively. Most of the time, what you're usually doing, I've did that mistake myself, so I'm not going to blame you if you do it, but we always are trying to figure out what we're going to say immediately after that person's finished talking. So that's not active listening. That's just trying to wait for your moment to blurb out what you think is important. Just quiet your monkey brain. Listen intently. You're going to be more curious, and if you're more curious, you're going to ask something more interesting. If you're asking something more interesting, everybody will be interested to also know what you're doing. This is how it works. Give before you ask. Networking is not a transaction. You're meeting, exchanging cards, but that's not what you're taking and giving. It is a relationship. It's a promise about something that could happen. Ask them, is there anything I can help you with? I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, I think I can introduce you to a few more people. This is not a business that you can build by introducing people to each other. Be genuinely interested, look for ways to help people you meet. Maybe you can introduce them to someone they should know. Maybe you read something about their business that they haven't heard about. Maybe there's a book that might be relevant to them. Just share the information. The more you give in time, the more you'll get in return. One of them, the last things is very important, and most people just fail at doing it, me included, is to follow up. After the event, they just met you, 20 hours passed, 48 hours passed, 54 hours passed, they're not going to remember anything about you. So strike it when the iron is hot. If you have met somebody interesting, albeit in a short amount of time, after the event, ask them, hey, it was lovely meeting you. It was really short, but I think we could share some things that in common. Would you be interested in taking a longer meeting for coffee? Can you meet me in the next 2 weeks? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Just send them a personalized email. Don't just put them in a business card CRM, connecting it through it and making it a mail, merging, and then just trying to use those sales opportunities. Do that. Keep everything organized, but it's more about personal connections. Don't forget to thank people for their time and their insights, and just enjoy it. Some more tricks. Something that has worked for me, when I had the time, I tried to do this 4x4x4. Imagine like a box. So when you meet someone, try to find a hobby they have, ask about their favorite book, ask where they have been traveling or what food they like, and ask about their family. This is the personal connection. You might find something in common. And if not, what are you losing? Everybody likes to talk about what they like. It's not dating. There is a purpose, but start with conversing them about things they love. Maybe you do love something together, and that's a good conversation. Next stage, you go out and try to understand 4 ways that you can help them. Very simple. Is there anybody that you would like to be introduced to doing X, Y, Z? Do you mind if I send you a latest thing I've read, some resource, some website, something of value to them? Is there something I can advise you with? Is there something that you need help with? And then finish it by asking them, in general, is there anything that in mind that you have that I can help you with? Just name it and then see what happens. The next line, which is the final one, find out ways that you can actually build meaningful relationships, not with yourself necessarily, but with people around you. And caring about their problems is one really important factor that you should be doing this. So you can ask, functional. Are you having issues with finance or marketing or sales or simply product development? If they're founders, one of these 4 has something to do with a problem. So they're probably trying to sort a functional problem. So this could be another way to think about that conversation in general. So 4x4x4, try to build these 3 boxes every time you have a conversation with people. Sometimes you're not going to be able to have time with everybody around you. Maybe you're just 3, 4, 5 people. It may not be enough time, but at least you'll leave there with a personal information, leave them with something you can help them with, and leave that with some place that you can help them functionally. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with a quote from a favorite writer that I have, Maya Angelou. She writes amazingly about people. She's a people's person. And what she wrote is like, I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did in time, but we are social animals and people will never forget how you made them feel. So if you're trying to extort information from them, if you're trying to kind of trick them into helping you out, doing something for you, it doesn't work that way. Be gentle, be genuine. Remember, networking is not exchanging business cards, which disappeared anyways, or just having a chit-chat near the coffee with people that you will not be interested in. It's about building relationships. And in every relationship, trust, respect, and empathy comes first. If you can do that, it unlocks a power that you will need for the rest of your life as a startup founder. So that's it in general. There are a lot of tools, a lot of methods, a lot of videos that you can watch as well to kind of get better at this. And if you find this particularly helpful, please hit whichever button you feel like hitting and follow the Brutally Honest Mentor for more advice and more guidance. In the comment section, drop out where you had your most experiences, better experiences of networking, worst experiences of networking, so we can also learn from each other. So until next time, take care. This is Ozan.